What's up, you guys? Today we are going to be talking about my favorite newborn must-haves as a second-time mom. So you know, if you're a second-time mom, you've been there, done that. You know all of the products that were well worth it and the ones that were not. And I may make a separate video on products that were not worth it. But for today, we're just going to be talking about the products that were must-haves for me. The second time around. So let's just dive right into it, and I will leave all the links in the video description, so make sure to check that out. But let's go. First thing is a sound machine, okay? Whenever you have two kids and one is napping and the other one isn't, you definitely want that sound machine. I loved my Hatch sound machine with my daughter, and we've just passed it over to my son. So we have had it now for 5 years. It's still going strong. I can connect it to my phone. I absolutely love the one that we have. You can do different systems with it, which we really don't use, but I love that I can change it from my phone, so that way I don't have to walk in his room or the room that he's sleeping in, because that might wake him up, but I can turn it up if I need to or turn it down, and that's beautiful. Next thing is a bassinet. So actually, with Luxie, I used a pack and play bassinet, which that worked out just fine. But this time I used a little bassinet that you could roll up to the side of your bed. And I loved that because I had a C-section with both. And it was super helpful not having to actually get out of bed to check on him every little pee made and things like that. So I really loved having like a little roll up bassinet this time, and it just was very convenient. It was up high, and of course they're going to grow out of it pretty fast, but I think it was well worth it just to have in your room whenever they are a newborn. The next thing that goes along with this is going to be waterproof bassinet sheets. You don't want to ruin the bassinet mattress, so make sure that you get some waterproof sheets. I found some on Amazon that I loved. They're affordable. I'll link them down below. You never really know what your newborn's going to like until they're here. Buy a few different kind of sleep sacks. I got a lot of different options at Kid to Kid, and that was super helpful to me because they were not brand new, so I didn't have to spend a ton of money on them, but also I could figure out what he liked. I love a Velcro sleep sack because it just makes them feel all nice and snug like they are whenever they're in your belly. The next thing is a nose Frida. So this time around I wanted to get all fancy, and I got the electric one, and I got like a clear suction bulb one. That one's good for the diaper bag, but honestly, I should have just bought another nose Frida. They are the creme de la creme. When your child gets sick and they have all that snot in there, nothing gets it out better than a nose Frida. So 10 out of 10 recommend a nose Frida. Lexi has joined me. She was in the house. I came and got in the car so that way I could not wake up Lincoln. Stefano was in there too, so they're fine. But now Lexi's in here with me. Anyways, let's keep going. The next thing that goes along with the nose Frida is some spray saline. I think you can get a bundle pack. The saline really helps get those boogies out whenever you're sucking them out. The next thing is going to be a breastfeeding pillow. I actually have 3 different ones. I keep a Boppy Pillow in the car, which is super convenient with a newborn. If you're on the go with a second child, maybe like this is your second born or third, it's really convenient just to have it whenever they're so little, because it's hard on your body to just hold them the whole time you're nursing them, and they nurse forever when they're newborns. So highly recommend keeping a Boppy Pillow or a breastfeeding pillow in the car. But I also have another one that was my ultimate favorite for whenever he was a newborn. I can't remember the name of it, but of course it'll be linked for you. But this one clips around your waist. It has pockets, and there is padding that you can remove or put in to make it softer or harder that the newborn is on, so that way they're not really moving around as much. But I loved that one because I had a C-section, and the Boppy doesn't really fit around my body that well, but this one really did. So I really like both of them for different reasons. The Boppy for whenever they're a little bit older or for traveling, but this other one for at home during like the newborn stage. A baby bath that grows with them. So when Luxie was a baby, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I was all into these space saving things. We only had 1 bathroom, but this time we live in a house, so it's a little bit different. I really like this specific bath. It has different attachments for it that grow with them. Now Link doesn't even need a bathtub, that he's 9 months old, but I've literally tried all of the different bath things, and I love this one. It's got like a little cot thing that they can lay in when they're a newborn, and that's super convenient. It dries really quick. I love this baby bath. The next thing is going to be muslin cloths for bath. So I actually used burp cloths. I would just put them on him and I would pour the warm water on him so that way he didn't really get cold. I don't really like the pretty expensive burp cloths because they're really just going to get gross, and I would love to just throw them away if poop gets on them or something really gross, so that way I don't even have to mess with it or worry about it. So there's that. The next thing is going to be bamboo pajamas with feet and hand covers. So I know the bamboo pajama trend is a whole thing. I know they're expensive, but they have me in a chokehold, okay? Because they are so comfortable, but not only are they so super soft, they already come with a feet cover, so you don't have to worry about socks flying off their feet. They come with a hand cover, so you don't have to worry about buying mittens. The zippers are two-way, so that way you can just take the bottom part off to change their diaper in the middle of the night. I do not want to take off my child's entire outfit to change their diaper. And bamboo pajamas grow with them and last way longer. Link is 9 months old. He wears a size 12 to 18 month in regular clothes, but in his bamboo PJs, he can still wear his 3 to 6 month pajamas. So I think well worth it in my opinion. I will link a couple of my favorites in the video description. The next one is going to be bamboo hats. So Link was in the ICU whenever he was a month old with a staph infection. It was a whole thing, and he really needed hats. So if you're going to have a baby in the fall winter time, then I highly recommend hats anyway. But he was a summer baby, but since we were in the ICU, it was pretty cold, so the bamboo hats were very nice, and they were so cute, and they kind of brought a little bit of joy to a really sad situation. So they were a must-have for me this time around. The next thing is going to be Tubby Todd all over ointment. I love this stuff. Another one of those things that's a little bit pricey and you're kind of like, do they really need it? I absolutely love it. I used all kinds of different ointments with Luxie to try to clear up her rashes. She had eczema. She had skin allergies and things like that. I use the all over ointment on Luxie too and myself if I get kind of a weird rash. But with a newborn rash, it cleared it up so fast with Link. With his newborn acne, it cleared it up so fast. I wish that I would have had it for Luxie whenever she was a baby. But this stuff is literally gold. The next thing is going to be the Tubby Todd baby wash and lotion. Is it 100% necessary? No, but it is safe for their skin. There's a lot of brands that claim they're safe for baby and things like that, but my kids have skin allergies, and the Tubby Todd never left him with any kind of rash or anything weird, and it smells really good and it's all natural, so highly recommend that. And this video is not sponsored by not a one company, so take my word for every single one of them. If I talk about a brand, it's because I really love it, not because it's sponsored. So just putting that out there. Next thing is a diaper cream spatula. I thought it was so silly whenever I first saw them. I'm like, I just used my hands with Luxie and everything was all good. You didn't have to carry around extra stuff, but honestly, I really do love it. It puts it on so easily, especially if you have a tub of diaper cream. So I really do love the little spatulas. The next thing is going to be a play gym. I love our Love Every play gym. I think that it is so cool and it grows with them. But if you don't want to do the Love Every one, there are totally a lot of different options. I didn't have that with Luxie either. She loved hers. It just didn't last as long as Link's Love Every play gym has because it kind of grows with them. The next thing is going to be quality toys. So again, with the Love Every, we love our Love Every toys. They're Montessori style toys. They last forever. I still am saving Luxie's older ones for Link whenever he gets a little bit older, and they're just perfect. A swing for the newborn stage. We love our swing. It's so convenient. The baby loves it. I know it's a hit or miss for some kids, but Link really loved his. Luxie really loved hers, and highly recommend the swing that I'm linking for you. The next one is going to be a Snuggle Me. It was so perfect for the newborn stage. We traveled also, and taking that with us was really nice. I know they are not supposed to sleep in them, but they sleep in them, and I was always right next to him. It's not like he was sleeping in it in another room. I was right next to him on the couch or something like that, and it was super convenient. I really love that. And along with that is a Snuggle Me cover. I found some really cute ones that worked really well. The Doona is very convenient for a second child. It's really convenient anyway because it is a stroller car seat situation, stroller and a car seat. The only thing that I don't like about it is there's no storage with a Doona, but it is very convenient, so you don't have to wake them up by clicking them in a base or something like that. So I really do love our Doona, and I would use it again if I had another one. The next thing is going to be a Windi. I really loved it with Link this time around. With gas, it relieves gas pretty much instantly. And the next thing is going to be gas drops. Helped again with Link a lot when he was a newborn. Nail clippers. I don't really like the nail file situation. A lot of people really love that. I did get it this time around, and I probably used it like maybe 3 times, but I actually love the baby nail clippers. I'm really good at using them, I guess, but I don't feel like it's hard. The next thing is going to be a legit baby brush, not a comb, like one of those soft brushes. I found one that I absolutely loved on Amazon, and it's just so nice to brush their little hair, and sometimes it'll calm them down if they're fussy. The next thing is going to be a baby wrap. I have all kinds of different baby wraps. My specific favorite one is from Tula, but you can get a lot more done whenever you have a newborn, or just to keep them on you hands-free so you can be doing other things, not really to get a lot more done. But as a second child, you really need that because you're still taking care of your first child, and it's better to just keep them on you. It makes them a lot more happy to be on mama. So highly recommend a baby carrier, but I will link my favorite ones for you. The next thing is going to be a baby monitor that you can connect to 2 cameras. So I wasn't ready to take the camera out of Luxie's room yet because I just like to have it there in case she needs me because she's on the other side of the house. So have a baby monitor that connects to 2 cameras. I have one that I absolutely love that we have had since Luxie was a baby. Actually, scratch that. We had to repurchase it because Luxie broke it, but we love this one. The next thing is going to be bags for diapers that are just like throwaway bags, but they're scented and they lock in the stank. So if you're changing a baby in the car and you have a poopy diaper, I love diaper bags. The next thing is going to be Desitin. Desitin is great for diaper rashes. I absolutely love it. The next thing is going to be a muslin swaddle. So I didn't use this all the time, but I used it a lot whenever he was a newborn. So it's just easy and more like breathable of a swaddle if you learn how to swaddle a baby. I love the muslin one. I wouldn't recommend going out and buying like 100 different muslin blankets, but maybe like 1 or 2 just to swaddle them up is great. The next thing is going to be a personalized blanket. So Lincoln has a personalized blanket that was gifted to us, and I absolutely love it. It's a baby size. It's great for putting over them in the stroller. It's just perfect. So highly recommend that. And they're so cute and fun. The next thing is going to be Avent bottles. I've used all kinds of different bottles. Avent was my favorite for Luxie and has been my favorite for Link. Link honestly hasn't gotten as many bottles as Luxie did. He's more like of a breast baby because it's just way easier if you're breastfeeding to just put them on than to warm up the milk and all that. So yeah, I really love the Avent bottles, and they're very easy to clean. The next thing is going to be sterilizer bags for pump parts. So I never had a actual sterilizer for Luxie or Link, but I love the bags that you can just throw in the microwave. They're so convenient and they don't take up space on your counter. The next thing is going to be a bottle brush. Of course, you need a bottle brush. I love this specific one that I'm linking for you because it has a suction cup on the bottom, so it's not like laying everywhere. And honestly, we have kept it forever. I had Luxie's like a long time. When it would get dirty, I just throw it in the dishwasher. Loved it. The next thing is going to be a bottle drying rack. This time I did use it for Link a few times, like with little pieces and parts, pump parts. It's just easier to put it on a rack. And I also have like an over the sink thing that I would put it on that too to save space. So both are great options. Another thing is Avent pacifiers. Y'all, I bought all of the cute pacifiers, the Ryan and Rose, the Cutie Bubba, whatever. We had them all. Link only liked the Avent ones, so just highly recommend those. And they're really affordable compared to the other ones. The next thing is going to be Frida cooling face pads. So these are for fevers. It's going to happen. I'm not saying that your newborn is going to get sick, but it happened to us a couple of times, especially if they're the second child, because your first child may bring something to them if they're in school or Mother's Day out or an extracurricular, whatever. So these are really convenient because you just slap them on their forehead and it helps cool their fever down. The next thing is going to be dye-free Tylenol. I don't really need to say much more about that, but dye-free Tylenol. Also, absolutely love the Dr. Brown's pacidose. It is like a pacifier that you can put a syringe in to give them their medicine. With Lexi, I had like this little bottle thing with a tiny nipple on it that was for medicine, but the pacidose was great. We used it in the ICU for Link. Even the nurses were like, oh my gosh, this is great. We need this at the ICU. But highly recommend the pacidose. Next thing is going to be crinkle toys. I don't know what it is about crinkle toys, but newborns and babies in general love crinkle toys. The next thing is going to be a light up car seat mirror. Absolutely love this guy. So normally it's just me hauling the kids around day and night. And so I can't constantly be turning around and I can't see them because they're rear facing. So this light up mirror is so convenient for nighttime. You can just turn the light on, make sure they're okay, turn it back on, off. And Luxie hated being in the car when she was a baby. She would scream whenever she was a newborn if it was dark. And so that would have been super convenient for her, but they didn't have anything like that then. But with Link, if he's fussy, I can turn on the light and he can see me and I can see him and we're all happy. Another thing is going to be a rectal thermometer. So whenever they are newborn, you're not really going to get a good forehead reading. You're not really going to get a mouth reading or an armpit reading that's really good. But they are going to ask you at the pediatrician if you call and your child is sick what their rectal temperature was. So just go ahead and get one and have it on hand. I'll link our favorite that works really well. There's also a little nose and ear picker tool. So when they're so little, like not even a Q-tip is small enough to get to some of these places that you need to clean, or like in their belly button when their umbilical cord falls off. So I really love this little tool that I found for that as well. The next thing is going to be a humidifier. When they get sick, you're going to need a humidifier. So just go ahead and get one. Belly massages for gas. I would highly recommend looking up little newborn belly massages or gas massages for newborns on YouTube or wherever, because they're very helpful for when the time comes that they're screaming and you don't know what's wrong. It could be gas. It would be worth it to try the little belly massage. The next thing is burping while sitting up. So whenever Luxie was born, I was always just taught to kind of put them over your shoulder and burp them like this. But when they're newborn, sometimes it's hard to get that burp out. So I would sit him on my lap with my hand on his chest like this, and then I would burp his back like this, and it would help him burp so fast because they can kind of sit up better than when they're kind of hunched over your shoulder. So highly recommend that. You can look up the techniques on YouTube also. Diaper caddy in the car is very convenient too, because sometimes you can't really reach the diaper bag, or it's not like so easy to get to, but it's just good to keep extras in the car anyway. You may forget to put something in the diaper bag, and that way you already have the extras in the car. I don't ever want to be somewhere with a newborn in a poopy diaper with no diaper or no wipes. So just saying. The next thing is going to be a small diaper bag. You won't really need a big diaper bag for whenever they're a newborn, because they're not like eating solids or anything like that. You're just basically carrying around diapers, wipes, an extra outfit, diaper cream, stuff like that. So you won't really need a large bag for that. The next thing is going to be the Hatch Baby app. So I use this to track feedings, to track diapers, to track like temperature or medicines if they're sick. So make sure that you have some sort of an app that can consolidate all of that for you. It's really good to just have it on hand, so that way you can just easily check and see, oh my gosh, has it been 2 hours? Has it been 3 hours since they last ate, or however long since their last medication? It's super convenient, especially with that second child when you already have a lot going on. The next thing is going to be Aquaphor. I loved using Aquaphor as a diaper cream, as like pretty much an everything cream. So having like a tub of Aquaphor is a good thing to have. The next thing is going to be a wagon. It is convenient to have something like that when you have 2 kids, so you can have one in there, and if they want to get out and walk, they can, but something that can kind of hold everything. But my favorite is having the Up-A-Baby Vista with the little skateboard attachment thing. I absolutely love that system. If you want more information about my favorite like stroller systems and things like that, let me know, but I will link all my favorite stuff in the video description for you. The next thing is going to be a good solid diaper pail. So I just had like the regular diaper genie for Luxie and it stunk. Okay, it really did. But I did so much research this time around. I actually got one and ended up returning it. Not the diaper genie, but like a super popular one, and I spent a lot of money on it and it came damaged. So I ended up returning it. I got something different and I absolutely love the diaper pail that we have this time around. If we have more kids, I will definitely be reusing it for them. So the next little tip that I have for you is to go outside. So at some point you're going to have a fussy baby, and one thing that was super helpful that I learned with Luxie is if they're fussy, take them outside or put them in water, and that is so legit. Okay, so if you have a crying baby and they're not hungry, maybe they're tired, but you can't get them to go to sleep, try walking outside with them. Try going outside for a little bit and see if it calms them down. And then the next thing would be try to give them a bath. So like put them in water. So 2 of those things are going to help like change their environment and make them feel a little bit calm or kind of pique their interest. So maybe they won't be as colicky or upset. And the final tip that I have for you is baby fruit. So if you're a mom already, you probably know what I'm talking about, but there is a dancing fruit video on YouTube. It's called Hey Bear Sensory. They have all kinds of videos now, but it's high contrast, it's slow, it's got really upbeat music. The parents, we like the music too. We be bopping to baby fruit, okay? It is super convenient for when you have tried literally everything and your baby will not stop crying. Baby fruit will do the trick. Don't ask me why. I don't know what it is, but they love it. So this was my video on all of my newborn must-haves for my second baby. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. And comment down below if you have any tips for newborns too. Let's help the other mamas in the comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.